A lot of people are saying Ateneo is still the team to beat in the UAP, and this is why. They're only losing Eric Salamat and Jumbo Escueta in terms of their veterans, but look at who's coming back. You got Nico Salva still coming back. You got Kirk Long, Justin Chua, Openg Sumalinog after that injury is coming back strong as well. But you have four of arguably the top 5 recruits in the UAP. In this team alone, you got Kiefer Ravena, Greg Slaughter, who's seen a lot of action already with Smart Gilas, and Mark Anthony Talio from Davao, if I'm not mistaken, and you got Gwyn Capascio as well. You could not have asked probably for a better recruiting class for Ateneo. I can't recall a year that they've had a better crop of rookies than this year, and that is making this team all the more deadly when they're going to step on the court.
And we'll talk more about them as the game goes on and as they show up on the court here at the arena in San Juan.
Exactly. I mean, when you think that you're going to be losing a great point guard and a great leader, a veteran, a motivation leader like in Borgi Hermida, and a tough big guy in JP Mendoza, at least you have that guy, you know, Baser Amer from the juniors division joining them. And as you said, he's Mr. Triple-Double. That's the kind of mentality we'd want as a point guard with a very talented team to begin with. You got major guys coming back, Sudan Daniel, Garbo Lanete, Rome De La Rosa, Jake Pascual as well, still very deep in all positions, and you add to that a point guard who can distribute the ball very well effectively and can score as well when he needs to. You got another deadly team as well on your hands with San Beda.
This is a battle of last year's collegiate champions. Starting off with this year's UAAP hosts and the 3-peat champions, Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles. At forward, number 21, Frank Golia. Shooting forward, number 14, Nico Salva. Center number 18, Justin Chua. At point guard number 6, Eman Montfort. And at off guard number 12, Kirk Long. Head coach of the Blue Eagles, Norman Black. And now starting for the reigning, defending, sweep NCAA champions, San Beda Red Lions. At power forward number 9, Jake Pascual. Shooting forward number 14, number 19, Rome De La Rosa. Center number 21, Ola Adiogon. And off guard number 13, Garbo Lanete. And at point guard, number 7, Baser Amer. Head coach of the Red Lions, Frankie Lim. The officials for this opening game, Anthony Roque, Hector Villanueva, and Mr. Omar. Ladies and gentlemen, before the start of this game, we will have the ceremonial tossing of the first ball.
Well, there you go. The starting 5 for both champions of the 2 collegiate leagues, UAAP and the NCAA, Ateneo. No surprise there. Well, San Beda will right away start with Baser Amer.
And another rookie as well, the big guy in the middle. That's 6'9" center. I hope I pronounce this correctly. Olaid Adiogun. I'll get used to that in the course of the game. Adiogun. Interestingly, he starts in the place of the usual starter, Sudan Daniel.
Yep.
But given the fact that they're both foreigners, looks like I'm presuming they're applying the same rule here that you can't play both foreigners at the same time.
Yes.
Even though the lineup allows you to have 2, there's only 1 on the floor at one given time.
Well, of course, the preseason, in any case, regardless of whether it's a Fil Oil or any other preseason, is opportunity for teams to test the waters for chemistry purposes, for lineup purposes, especially for the rookies to get them acclimated with the rest of the team. We have a bunch of rookies obviously for Ateneo, but they're not going to be starting. But you're going to see them in the course of the game and in the course of the tournament. Ganon din po sa ibang koponan na makikita nyo mamaya, ang UST and LaSalle will lock horns in the second game. Group A action today to start off here at the arena in San Juan. But first, the champions, Ateneo and San Beda. San Beda booted out by JRU last year in the Fil Oil Flying V League. In the quarterfinals, Ateneo was booted out by Adamson in the quarterfinals. They had identical 6-1 records after the first round, or after Group A action. So it will be interesting, you know, teams that are with championship pedigree, if they're going to go after the Fil Oil championship, which has become every year bigger and bigger. The following from the very start.
Look at the crowd today, Boom. You got a really good crowd today for the opening game.
Every year, the last 3 years have been really good for them. Plus, they're highly anticipated again this year because there's so much talk about not only just the rookies but the compositions and you know, the changing of coaches also in certain teams. It's very, very interesting.
And as always, the rare opportunity to see the teams from the UAAP mix it up against teams in the NCAA.
Now, interesting, our colleague Chris Soler, who will be doing the second game with Anton Rojas later on, and we get a lot of information from that guy, obviously, because he follows every single collegiate game, preseason, postseason, and he's saying that Adiogun is not yet eligible to play this year.
For San Beda.
For next year pa siya.
Okay. So interestingly enough, they're giving him the amount of playing time with the team here, at least for this game so far, to start this ball game.
Nico Salva, who looks trimmer. And again, that's one of the other things that you want to see in players coming into this season, their conditioning, their form, if they're off form or in form already.
Well, speaking of form, that was great form from the pass from the center. Nice give-and-go backdoor play. And credit that assist to the big man, Adiogun.
And you also want to see the players individually, what they bring into the table every year. Salva has the first 2 points for Ateneo, and a turnover for the UAAP champions after 51 seconds.
And remember, Nico Salva finished his high school with San Beda.
That's right.
So a lot of some of these players here were his former teammates in high school as well.
Again, happy to have you with us here on a slightly delayed basis here at Studio 23. They run the same play. This time, Justin Chua rejecting. I think it was Garvo Lanete with the drive. 8 on the shot clock. Garvo, dangerous from that area, but overshoots that one. Nico Salva with the rebound for the White Shirts. Apparently also in the offseason or prior to this game, we've seen, according to our friends, that Ateneo's been running a lot with this team. Well, they started that last year, right? When they lost Nonoy Baclao and Raba Aluseni, they kind of converted into a faster, quicker team.
Because they didn't have the strength down low as they did with the two bigs of with Raba and Baclao.
Garvo. A sweet layup over Salva and Kurt Long. Tie the game at 4-all. Margolia coming out of his best season in the UAAP. Great rebounder for Ateneo. Great quality minutes for Golia. Averaging a little over 5 rebounds in last year's UAAP. Over 40% shooting in almost 18 minutes of action. Would be interesting, though, to see the rookies of Ateneo when they start coming in. The big guy, Greg Slaughter, as you talked about, as Kurt Long launches the 3, nothing there. Adiogun with a rebound. Amer bumping into Montfort, and then picking up Eman Montfort. Well, speaking of the rookies, I think we have a little bit of information, more information from the side of Jessica Mendoza. Go ahead, Jen.
That's right, Boom. For those of you guys wondering, the rookies are meshing well with the rest of the team. Most of the guys agree that they are mababait, sabi ni Zags, and the fact that there is no initiation culture in Ateneo makes it easy for the guys to get along with each other. Now, while neither chemistry nor conditioning is at top levels at this point, I'm told that the Blue Eagles are on track for this time of year. They've been practicing daily, even twice a day, I think, in the last week. And of course, again, they're looking at this tournament as further preparation for the UAAP. But you know how Coach Norman likes to win, so of course that's still part of their goals. And for today, while he doesn't expect perfect cohesiveness on the court, he does want the boys to go up against San Beda's high-octane style of play with solid D. Boom and TJ?
Thank you very much. Jessica Mendoza reporting for the Ateneo side of things.
Well,
6-4 is the score.
So far, that high-octane offense has really been challenging the defense of Ateneo. San Beda always, so far, quick to attack, going for quick passes in the paint, penetrations in the paint. They have yet to settle for an outside shot. You're seeing the red shirts continue to be aggressive and challenge the defense of the Ateneans.
Montfort, the pesky guard that he is, trying to make life miserable for Baser Amer. Diogun against Golia. Jake Pascual, who knocked down a jumper earlier to give them the 2-point lead. That will not count even if it went in. A trademark of Ateneo play is that defensive style of theirs. But going back to what you were saying, DJ, San Beda, one of the reasons why they were also 18-0 last year. That lineup, top to bottom, athletic, tall, big, quick, and they seem to have very high basketball IQ down the line.
And it was a very deep lineup as well. So even if there will be times that you'd have to adjust your lineup in the course of the game, the first team, the second team, or mixing with some of the players from the third team, the level of play was always at a high level, and there was no major dip that you'd see from the starting lineup to, let's say, the second stringers as well. So that's one thing that was very consistent for Coach Frankie Lim.
Diogun against 2. Nothing there. Amer with 11 on the shot clock. Takes a look. 5 on the clock. Setting up Pascual, losing the ball. Ateneo now taking it away with a second on the shot clock of San Beda. Kurt Long will wait for more friends here. Salva against De La Rosa. Montfort thought about it, draws closer. Nothing there. The tip-in, still no go. And Pascual with the recovery. And a first time out exactly at the 6-minute mark here at the arena in San Juan. It is 6-4 for Coach Frankie Lim's San Beda Red Lions. Back in a moment.
Everybody's been talking about your rookies for the preseason, Coach. Among them, who has been the most exciting to work with for you in terms of potential and their attitude for the game?
Well, actually, it's only really Kiefer and Vaughn who have been with us for the entire year so far. Greg Slaughter, Wayne Capaccio, and Mark Talio just joined us last Monday, so I'm not really expecting too much from them as far as cohesion is concerned, because they don't really know much as far as our system. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, the Summer League is an opportunity for me to give everybody a chance to play and to try to develop their skills. So we'll try to give everybody a chance.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. That was Coach Norman Black of the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
Thank you very much, Jessica Mendoza. The score is 8-4, and Diogun scoring again underneath. Greg Slaughter. Strange that he has already played a pro game, a PBA game.
I know.
And has yet to play
Imagine that.
the UAAP. What a strange factoid about that guy.
Well, that's how it is.
Of course, member of the Smart Kilas team. As they go to Golia, swings it to Justin Chua, who made a lot of money from there in the UAP last season. Chua also coming off his best season as Montfort comes up short. So team's a little bit rusty on the shooting, at least from the Ateneo side. The red shirts looking to run. De La Rosa. Pascual, they're looking to take advantage of Diogun.
There you go.
And
Good
that's
seal.
why.
Good patience by the guys in the perimeter handling the ball, not rushing the pass into the post, not until Diogun had a good seal to the baseline against Golia there.
The 6'8" Nigerian. And a foul away from play. It will be on Garvo Lanete and Kirk Long. Let's welcome now the fourth member of our broadcast team. Today we also will talk about one particular rookie, Trishka Echeverri. Trishka?
Boom and TJ, let me introduce to you the San Beda Red Lions today through the eyes of one of their much-awaited rookies, Baser Amer. I was able to talk to this guy earlier, and let me tell you, he's just one excited 18-year-old. At the same time, though, he also tells me he's just a ball of nerves, thinking about and imagining what's expected of him and how unfamiliar he is with playing with and against the bigger and more competitive guys of seniors basketball. Now, according to Baser, has been practicing with the Red Lions since January, and practices have definitely been much more physical. He's grateful for that, especially today, as he and his team are expecting just that, a physical game against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Lastly, as for making a name for himself against the Red Lions, he admits that although there is pressure, that his priority, however, is contributing to the team. He knows that he has a lot of time to do that, and he's focused right now on just doing his best and enjoying his first game as a Red Lion. Boom and TJ?
Thank you, Trishka. He averaged 15.6, 11.7 assists in the juniors to go along, DJ, with a little over 8 rebounds a game on 47% shooting in the juniors as the MVP.
11 assists. Well, look at this. Nifty move there by Adeogun. Quick on his feet, ability to put the ball on the floor, and getting by the 6'11" Greg Slaughter.
6 points for him. Part of a 8-0 run after we were tied at 4-all, and another offensive foul on Ateneo. This time, Frank Golia committing it. They have been scoreless. And this 8-0 run, here's that play.
Look at that. 2-3 dribbles. And a nice sidestep move as well.
By the way, Kiefer Ravena and Greg Slaughter already checked in, and the San Beda bench welcoming back Pascual and Adeogun to the bench. They're totally pumped up for this game.
Can you imagine, Boom, the San Beda crowd already salivating? Can't wait to have Adeogun in the NCAA lineup.
Dave Marcelo is now in, and Sudan Daniel. Now we all know what he can do. Salva, a slow pitch to Kiefer. Kiefer loses the ball. Ateneo will retain possession. 20 seconds, down 8.
Well, if you're Frankie Lim, you're very happy with the hustle that the red shirts are showing on the floor, on everything, on their half-court defense, on their transition defense, diving for loose balls, you name it. San Beda has had the number of Ateneo so far today.
I remember when Greg Slaughter came in a couple of years ago when we saw him in the BCCL as Ravena knocks down his first jumper as a senior here in the Fil Oil Flying V Premier Cup. Greg Slaughter, a little bit overweight back then.
Yep.
I talked to him a month ago, and he said he's in the best shape of his life.
He looks it.
Yeah.
Well, you spend a lot of time with Smart Pinas and the way that they train and the way that make sure that their guys are in top condition with Jim Basaret, nonetheless, training that team.
And, you know, being under Coach Norman Black.
Yep.
The big man coach. We all know what he can do and what he has done for Ateneo big men. But San Beda on fire here in the first quarter. Tonino Gonzaga sneaking in.
Nice move. The under the armpit shot there. Nice up and under fake.
It is still a 6-point lead for the NCAA champions who are watching the Fil Oil Flying V Premier.
Coach Frankie, today you'll be going up against the youth, speed, and basically the energy of the Ateneo Blue Eagles. So what have been your preparations for that offensively and defensively?
Well, the usual. We have our game plan, and one of it is to win the boards. Try to block out their bigs, and once we win the boards, then that means we get to do what we want. That's running, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Ateneo is a strong team. They're 3-peat champions in the UAAP, and I told the guys that they're not a small team. And they're a team capable of beating you guys. So the challenge is up, and just hope we play well.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Frankie. Once again, Coach Frankie Lim of the San Beda Red Lions.
Thank you very much, Trishka. Coach Frankie Lim, of course, taking over from Coach Koy Banal, who gave that first championship after the 28-year drought in season 82. They won that championship. Coach Frankie won a couple more. They were defeated by San Sebastian.
Did they win 3 straight as well?
They did.
With Frankie, with
Koy. And then 2 with
and then 2 with Frankie. That's right.
And they
So
lost to
that's why
San
it was 3 straight.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
And then they won again last year via emphatic fashion. 18-0 sweep. JP Adam is in the ballgame for the very first time. Tonino Gonzaga knocks down the 3, 5 straight points for Zags.
And he's liking it. You know, he's one of those guys that were pretty much under the radar for Ateneo, joining this team from the juniors ranks. Really worked his way into the lineup and into the rotation of Coach Norman Black, and eventually getting some significant playing time last season.
Melo Lim, Paulo Pontejos now in the ballgame for the first time for San Beda. As Kiefer and the rest of the Blue Eagles looking to run. Wild there, but Bacon putting it back. But it is Greg Slaughter cleaning up here. And now it is all of a sudden a 14-13 count.
If
So
you blinked, you
9-2 counter.
9-2 run, exactly.
Melo Lim. That's an offensive.
Moving screen there from Sudan Daniel. Very clear. He wanted to make sure he had contact with Gonzaga to get Lim wide open.
This unit now of San Beda trying to build on what the first unit did, but this is that call by Sudan Daniel. Austria. fouled by Villahermosa on his second year.
Penalty.
And
That's his
this
first.
is bad development for the Red Lions. Over the limit at the 133 mark, and the lead down to 1. Highest at 8. Yes.
Well, they've been playing intense defense. I mean, it's no surprise they're picking up a bunch of fouls along the way with the kind of defense that they're employing on Ateneo. And it paid off for the first, I'd say, 7 minutes until that run by the Blue Eagles to catch up and trim this lead down to 1.
Well, if you're wondering, and I'm sure you are if you're an Ateneo fan, and Ryan Buenafe not part of that lineup right now. He's out for personal reasons. Not he's part of the lineup. I should correct myself.
He's
but
eligible,
not not in uniform. He's not here at the arena. Out for personal reasons. Meantime, so then Daniel went out to Melo Lim. Then back to Marcelo from 16. Got it.
Nice run play there with that ball swinging to the strong side, opening up the middle. And you got a wide open jumper for the big man.
So after the deadlock, broken, now it's 16-14. Melo Lim on Tonino Gonzaga. They're looking to post up Kiefer Ravena. Ravena turns around, fades away, gets it to go.
That's Kiefer Ravena for you. He can hit you with so many weapons. Earlier, he had a jump shot. This time, posting up a smaller point guard and then fade away.
And remember how skinny he was when he started the juniors. Now, looking really fit coming into this season as Melo Lim gets it to go. 18-16. Interesting game between the UAAP and NCAA defending champions. Aram and Slaughter, the front court for Ateneo. They're looking back to Kiefer down low. They reverse the play. Aram from 16. Got it.
Wide open. Well, because of Ravena having an easy time at the post in the last play, so then Daniel sagged down a little too far and gave too much room for Aram there. Wide open for that jumper. From
Great
15
screens for Villahermosa, but Greg Slaughter coming out. Oh, they're going to make him dribble. And that ball will stay with Ateneo.
Well, Kiefer had the right thing in mind to get it ahead to Slaughter, who was a half step ahead of Pontejos. But luckily for San Beda, they were able to tap the ball out. 3 seconds to go in the quarter.
That's right. And we're tied at 18. Biggest lead for San Beda was at 8. Marcelo giving Slaughter a horrible time. And Ravena right on time, but did not get it to drop. But after being down, Ateneo again crawling back in with a different lineup on the floor.
Well, that's just a glimpse of the depth of this Ateneo Blue Eagles. That's how strong they are. From every position, they're 1-2 man deep easily.
A glimpse of the depth of both teams actually showing here in the first quarter. 18-all, just like how we like it, right here at Studio 20. Back here live at the arena in San Juan, Kiefer Ravena coming in the final few minutes of the first quarter, right away making an impact for Ateneo.
Look at those
are the numbers.
Incredible numbers. What's shocking all the more is the 20 points. He shoots it at a very high percentage of 51%, which normally players who have that kind of a high percentage are big men who take a lot of shots in the paint. But Kiefer mixes it up with driving and shooting from the outside as well.
And he takes a lot of shots also for Ateneo and the juniors team. 51%. You know, and a lot of people noticed also that he grew over the summer. Might have grown
It's not just puffy hair.
No. better physical condition and grew an inch. Remember, bata pa to bata.
Of course, yeah.
It's not like it's impossible. Esteban gets himself rejected by who else? So then Daniel.
21 seconds.
Let's look at this play again. Makes it look so easy. Slaughter against Marcelo. Marcelo obviously has the advantage in bulk and experience. That's an offensive foul.
That's where you go. He got the experience on his side there. He got the positioning. He knew Slaughter wanted to go baseline. He was a step ahead of him. planted that foot on the baseline, which coaches love to emphasize. Plant your foot before the guy gets there and draw the charge.
Slaughter, the last time we saw him in the PCCL, scored 22 points in a loss to Mapua. That was a couple of years ago. Oh, great pickpocket job by Pontejos. Completes. No, he does not complete the play. And on the other end, Sudan Daniel, couple of fakes. Aram. Villahermosa. Oh, the referees making them play, letting them play. Melo Lim missing. But it bounces back to him. Melo with a teardrop. Still no goal. Sudan working hard, and it's finally collared by JP Aram, to the delight of this arena crowd.
They are showing their appreciation for the action they're seeing on the floor. You know, we're not seeing the kind of, I don't know, lackadaisical sloppiness or soft play that's normal for a preseason game. We're seeing a lot of intense basketball so far in the 12 minutes that have gone by.
In other words, you're saying they're not going through the motions only as much. Marcelo comes up short there. 2018, it's still the lead with San Beda approaching the 8-10 mark. Slaughter, Ravena, he's got the stroke from there, and he gets it to go.
Wide open. Miscommunication there on defense on the weak side for San Beda, and good recognition by Slaughter to see Kiefer wide open on the wing.
As TJ mentioned, he has that ability to mix it up. Outside, inside, drives. Pass too strong, too high. 3-on-3 on the other end. Kiefer pushing his way in, puts it up and in. And the hot shot rookie is stoked to play against the NCAA champions, isn't he?
That's 9 points on my count for Kiefer Ravena today.
Let's go to Jessica Mendoza quickly from the Ateneo side.
Boom, Coach Norman Black was pretty straightforward in the huddle. Very quickly, get them out of your airspace. Even before the game, he told the boys to expect the Red Lions to play with a very physical attitude, and he added that they have to match that intensity if they want to take control of this game. Now, a little bit of rookie trivia. It's very interesting. I asked Tonino Gonzaga earlier if Kiefer Ravena really is their best recruit, and he told me, panoorin mo na lang siya mamaya. And as we see, you said he has already had 9 points. And now second, we were talking about this earlier, Boom. FYI, it is Gwen and not Gwyn Capascio.
Right, thank you very much. We were trying to wonder.
Gwen.
Yeah, because everybody's been calling him Gwyn, and I asked Jessica to ask him personally kung yun nga ang pronunciation. So it is Gwyn.
All right,
Capascio.
I'll just say Gwen. I won't attempt to spell it, though.
23 all, and that after Kiefer Ravena knocks down one, and Melo Lim also knocking down another. You know, going back to Jessica's report, the physicality did go up a notch. I think Coach Norman Black was noticing how they were getting bullied at the early part of the game inside.
Well, they had to step it up. They had to match up that level of intensity and toughness, and if need say, you know, a little dirtiness as well inside.
Slaughter, left-handed hook. Loose ball.
A nice dive, perfectly timed dive there by Kirk Long.
That's Kirk Long for you. He will obviously have an impact in the game in different ways. JP Aram will move out now. And it is Frank Golia who started for Ateneo. Look at that slide.
Looks like a football tackle where you had to start sliding when you're far from the ball, but just to make sure you have impact on the ball at the right time.
Or a baseball slide.
There you go, that too.
Stealing a base. Kirk Long spinning. Gives
Nice
it up
pass.
to Greg.
Beautiful pass. You know, remember in the first few years of Kirk Long, we talked about how he gets in trouble when pulling his dribble and jumping in the air, not knowing what to do. It kind of looked like that again, but it looked like he had this one calculated and knew exactly where Greg Slaughter was.
Averaged around 3 assists in the UAAP last year, as Villahermosa is way off on this one. 50-50 ball. One out by San Beda. A great under goal stab by Jake Pascualu. Started off very well for San Beda in the first quarter.
Nice aggressive take to the basket there, showing no fear to the 6'11 Slaughter. We got a foul away from the ball here.
On Tonino Gonzaga. Melo Lim pushing away as we check in with Trishka Echeverri.
Boom, amidst the physicality of the game, Coach Frankie also wants his boys to not forget the mental aspect of the game, or the non-physical aspect of the game. Better decision-making is what he wants to mainly see from his boys in this second quarter. Offensively, they're looking to have better ball movement, while defensively, the Red Lions know that they need to put more work into not giving the Blue Eagles easy looks. Their focus will especially be on closing out the painted area and not allowing the loves to execute easy post-up plays. More about the Red Lions in a bit when your 2011 Fil Oil Flying V preseason tournament returns after this break, only here on Studio 23.
Probably also San Beda last year.
Back here at the arena in San Juan, slightly delayed telecast for the game between San Beda and Ateneo to start off the Fil Oil Flying V preseason Premier Cup. Mr. Triple-Double, as he was known, that's not the average, but he easily could get the numbers in the juniors. And all of that, by the way, with 47% shooting also, not too shabby for him.
Not at all.
As Kirk Long with the steal, Long all the way for the two. Biggest lead now for Ateneo, 29-25.
So you're seeing the perimeter defense of Ateneo picking up the intensity, a couple of notches, not allowing San Beda an easy time to set up their play and to execute their passes.
Almost another steal. Recovered with 8 to shoot, and a completed steal by Montfort. Gonzaga pushed away, and ball tapped away by San Beda. And Anjo Karam now checking in. Garbo Lanete, Rom De La Rosa, all back for the NCAA champions.
Oh, nice backdoor play there for the baseline inbound. Something that you hate to see as a coach. If the back screens are not called out, you got to talk on defense, even on the baseline inbound.
So now the lead is 6 at 31-25. San Beda ahead by 8 early in the first. Ateneo has recovered as Lanete is fouled on the three-point attempt, and Lanete shoots around 31% from there in the NCAA. Plays the most minutes of any San Beda player, at least in last year's NCAA campaign, with a little over 25 minutes a game and an 80% shooter from that area, the free throw line.
And I'm seeing the crowd grow, bro.
Well, it's LaSalle UST coming up too.
They're now expanding up to the upper section as well.
The props really to the guys behind the Fil Oil Flying V preseason cup. Every year it just gets bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
And more following, and they see now the importance also. And I say that not only about the fans, but the teams themselves.
Yes, as well. They're beginning to really appreciate this league more.
UST
look forward to it. UST is here. Yes, folks, hindi po kayo nagkakamali sa nadidinig nyo. UST, sumali na po ng isang preseason tournament.
A waste of a pass by Kirk Long. And Nico Salva could not complete it, but Ateneo taking possession back.
Check out that backdoor play, almost getting it to go from Long to Nico Salva.
Sweet.
Just short on the release.
So it's 31-27, biggest lead for Ateneo is with 6. I was also talking to some of the other players from the other teams earlier in the halls of the arena, and they wanted to see this game, not from a scouting standpoint, but they wanted to watch. They know from a spectator standpoint, it's going to be a good game.
And so far, we have not been disappointed.
Yep.
Both teams have really come to play and have shown they really want to win this game.
Baser Amer is back in the game. De La Rosa out to Pascual. Inside to Sedan. Sorry, that's Adiogun who missed the gimme. But San Beda recovering. San Beda with 5 turnovers already here in the second quarter. Ateneo with 2. Adiogun from 15. Rattles out. And Salva comes away with another rebound. 4 minutes to play in the first half in this opening match for the Fil Oil Flying V preseason Premier Cup. Kirk Long. Slaughter is slaughtered underneath.
Hammered. Wow. But nice pass there from Kirk Long after the pick and roll. Slipping inside the Slaughter.
3 out of 4 from the field so far for Greg Slaughter prior to that foul. There's nothing else you could do. A duty foul.
Earn it from the line. Earn it with your sore arms. You can still comfortably make those free throws.
The co-MVP with University of Cebu's Junmar Fajardo also. Itong si Greg Slaughter. Sasafi as Slaughter misses that free throw. 32-27 with exactly 3 minutes and 47 remaining. San Beda has also kind of like calmed down. Earlier it was a fiery start for them. Pascual from 18. And their percentages have really dropped here in the second, along with the turnovers, which has kicked up to 5. Salva, Montfort, inside again to Slaughter. Slaughter hesitated, but puts it up and in.
Well, the hesitation didn't seem like it was an intentional fake to fake off the defender, but it worked nonetheless.
Adiogun. Garvo launches. That's short. Adiogun again puts it back.
It's been a war in the paint there between these two big men. Adiogun 6'9", Slaughter 6'11", and both are not just relying on their height. You can see the physicality in the paint as well.
Montfort recovering with 14 to shoot. Salva. Montfort. Back to Salva from 17. Got it.
Nice two-man game there between Montfort and Salva, the two veterans of the Blue Eagles, communicating well on that strong side.
40% shooter in the UAAP, Nico Salva, in that mid-range game flowing today. Oh, nice drive. Nice hesitation move by Garbo Maneta. Doing just enough to stay within the distance of the UAAP champions. 36-31 is the score. Coach Norman Black has something to say, and the referee will sort it out when we come back. ABS-CBN Sports brings you the Fil Oil Flying V preseason Premier Cup, the first game between the NCAA champions and the UAAP champions. Boom Gonzalez alongside TJ Manotoc. We're working the game with Jessica Mendoza and Trishka Echeverri. Happy to have you with us. Saturday afternoon. A lot of these kids that you're seeing here at the arena itching to watch some basketball action, itching to see the rookies, and itching to see their favorite teams and colleges and universities in action. And the rookies getting a taste of what it is against, actual opponents, not just amongst themselves.
Precisely.
Salva, the step through.
Well, arguably getting away with the traveling there, but nonetheless, if you do that, if you do execute that properly and have a jump stop where you can choose your pivot foot still, you do get to do that legally.
And, sometimes the referees also watch tendencies, and they know that Salva does that every now and then.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really look awkward when it's him doing it, as opposed to, let's say, you see a Golia, let's say, who would perform it.
Right.
Not to say that it will be traveling, but alam mo yung referees sometimes will magugulat. As Salva, by the way, is 4 out of 7 already from the field today. Let's look at that offensive foul, that little bump.
There. Well, that's one thing that the coaching staff, together with Coach Norman, was complaining coming into the timeout, how San Beda keeps jumping on the screens.
Ravena bumped this time by Rome De La Rosa.
Number 19, Rome De La Rosa.
Well, we can see clearly who has been the more physical team today so far.
I mean, let's be honest, it's like East and West. You talk about NCAA, UAAP basketball. NCAA basketball, you see it, it has been really physical. It's hard.
It's really known to be a lot more physical.
The Latrans, the San Bedas, the San Sebastians, the JRUs, they are not going to let you just in just like that.
There's no walk in the park to the paint.
For Ravena. Misses the free throw. Adiogun with 8 points, by the way. Slaughter, who is already on the bench, 4 out of 5 from the field. Adiogun again.
Very quick execution there. Good job by Adiogun to streak straight down to the paint and get a good seal on Golia again.
What about the footwork of that guy coming down? Ready right away. Golia hesitating because Adiogun jumped to him. His lead is 6 for Ateneo. And that's a traveler. 39-33 is our score, a minute and 14. This one, let's look at that again.
Yun, tumulas yung left pivot foot niya to begin with.
One foot's never going to make it easy for you. One foot setting the screen, and then getting the ball. He shoots almost 40% from that area, and a foul is called underneath, and it will be on an Atenean.
And Monfort's asking why wasn't he called and given a foul there. He took the shot and was bumped down by De La Rosa.
Ito muna yung tulak.
Yun, there you go.
Sometimes out of frustration that you got beat to the spot.
Position,
Yeah.
exactly.
As Justin Chua comes into the game, coming off an incredible season for him, averaging 20 minutes and almost 10 points. And a little over 6 rebounds in the UAAP. Baser Amer can shoot it from there, as we mentioned.
And more than the averages that Chua got out of that season, it was the impact he had on the games. Yeah, there were some big games that he was really clutch for Ateneo.
And the percentage was pretty high. He
Yep.
would shoot like 7 out of 8 at one point.
Yep.
Steal by San Beda, but Kurt Long coming back. And this is what Ravena has to learn also, the system of Coach Norman Black. Earlier, nung naagawan siya, he stayed behind and started complaining. And you know, you work under Coach Norman Black.
Walang reklamo eh. Get back right away.
Lanete for 3, and he gets it to go, and just like that, tied once again, 39 all. Garbo Lanete, who shoots over 30% in the NCAA, and the San Beda crowd behind us, TJ, are roaring back. Ravena against the taller De La Rosa, fading away.
Oh,
Yes!
What a tough shot.
Yeah.
And I was just about to commend Coach Franklin for an
putting it.
interesting setup, putting a taller De La Rosa on Kiefer Ravena, but Kiefer says no problemo.
Fading away over a taller opponent. And Paulo Trillo's a happy man. As we go to Jessica Mendoza quickly. I think he is with Greg Slaughter, Jessica, I
That's
believe.
right. Yes, I am. And I just have a question for you, Greg. Wow, he's tall. It's very rare for us to see a player who plays in a professional league before he gets to play college ball. Yeah, so I mean, in the UAAP at least. So what is the difference for you between playing professionally and here in the UAAP, sort of?
Well, first of all, I'm on Smart Gilas, and that's an all-amateur team, so we're not really professional yet. But, you know, it's a lot different because we're built for international competitions. There's a lot more tactical plays we have with Coach Ranko. And, you know, it's very different with Coach Norman and Coach Ranko, but it's all good.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Greg. How's it been so far today, though? Has it been interesting at all? Like, I mean, the game today, was it intense for you?
Well, it's been, you know, I just started practicing with them Monday, so I just got starting to learn the plays. I'm still practicing 2 times a day, so I'm just getting a hang of things right now.
All right, thanks a lot for talking to us, Greg. We'll catch you later. That was Greg Slaughter, boom.
Well, not bad for a first day in the office. 4 out of 5 from the field for Greg Slaughter. 41-39 to lead the Eagles. Well, San Beda, of course, coming back. The Ateneo first behind by 8, and then San Beda behind by 8. But a slim 2-point lead to separate the 2 champions of the UAAP and the NCAA. Back in a moment with our halftime here at the arena in San. Welcome back to the arena in San Juan for the opening game of the Fil Oil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup here on Studio 23. Boom Gonzalez, TJ Manotok, and we are at the half, and 2 points separating the UAAP champions, Ateneo, at 41, and the NCAA champions at 39. Started off pretty tight, and then San Beda, fueled by their crowd, fueled by their energy, fueled by their running game, got an 8-point lead. And then all of a sudden, Ateneo crawls back when they sent in Kiefer Ravena, Greg Slaughter, Tonino Gonzaga, also providing a lot of energy in that lineup. And then led by 8, and then San Beda storms back at the end of the first half.
Well, needless to say, it was a very entertaining first half from both teams on both ends of the floor. It wasn't just, you know, offensive, shooting, executing. You saw a lot of intense defense, hard fouls, big shot blocks, nice steals. Outside, inside game. You've seen it all from these 2 teams so far. You got a glimpse of the rookies that you wanted to see. I have yet to see, though, Mark Anthony Talio come off the bench. That kid I want to see as well for Ateneo. But so far, Baser Amer, Kiefer Ravena, and Greg Slaughter have not disappointed the loyal fans of both teams who've come out today to come to see them, as well as the rest of the team coming into form and into shape, coming in for their respective leagues, the NCAA and the UAAP.
How about that 6'8" Adiogun for Coach Frankie Lim with 10 points rather to lead the scorers for San Beda. But first, the numbers at halftime.
Well, you're looking at the numbers on the screen right now. Significantly, you see there the difference in turnover points. Ateneo leading that stat 12-5. They had that bit of a run in the second quarter when they forced San Beda to some turnovers early in the second quarter, and then they were, capitalizing on those in fast break layups easily. You're seeing the rebounds though. Bigger team, more aggressive team so far in the paint. You're seeing that from San Beda, 23-16. And knowing how Coach Norman likes to get hard on his big man, I'm sure he's not happy with that particular stat, being out-rebounded by 7 rebounds.
Turnover points very big for Ateneo. Again, they defensively just turned it up a little bit in that end of the first quarter, start of the second quarter to get out on the run. And they forced San Beda into 13 first-half turnovers to get 23 points out of them. But the lead is only 2. And we'll got more when we come back here the third quarter at the arena in San Juan. Stay with us, please. Seconds away from the third quarter of action here at the arena in San Juan. Who, of course, have hosted the Fil Oil Flying V preseason Premier Cup last few years. We saw Vice Mayor Francis Zamora earlier. It's a ceremonial toss. Watching the first half also. His team, his alma mater.
Yep.
We'll see action later in the second game. De La Salle and UST in Group A action. Both San Beda and Ateneo, La Salle and UST, all part of Group A. 17 teams divided into 2.
Yep.
Here in the Fil Oil Flying V Arena. Montfort has not found his stroke here in the game so far. They pick up the loose ball again to start off. Montfort is joined by Salva, Long, Greg Slaughter, and the rookie Kiefer Ravena. Both Slaughter and Ravena came off the bench in the first half as Ravena sails into the glass as he has scored now 14 points on 6 of 8 shooting, including the first half.
This is the versatility that you're seeing from Kiefer Ravena because of his height. He's about 6'1" right now. He can play 2 guard as well, so he can play on the floor at the same time with them at Montfort.
I had a conversation with the father, Bong Ravena. I was saying, sana umabot ng mga 6'3", it would be ideal with his skill set to be 6'3", 6'4", just amazing if he could be like that tall and the things that he could do. And Bong said, nung bata si Kiefer, hindi siya palakain at hindi masyado umiinom daw ng gatas.
Okay.
So he felt like yung term ni Bong is hindi nakaipon ng pampalaki.
Okay.
He kept playing when he was a kid but did not drink enough milk, did not eat a lot. Ito na lang daw nung high school.
He's not
oh
small.
Yeah, but yun nga.
Yeah, I know.
Nung high school na lang daw nagkakakain.
And mention how tall his parents are.
Yes, exactly. Mosey Ravena, of course, a great volleyball player from UST, and Bong Ravena, we all know what he has done from the UE Red Warriors and then went to the pros. Rookie of the Year. As a 3-point plays in the offing for Adeogun here, was now 12 points in the game. And going back to Bong, his other son, 30, is what he thinks is going to go at 6'3", 6'4". He projects him to be that tall because maaga pa lang down. Malakas kumain.
Okay.
So drink your milk.
Yes. Eat your vegetables.
That's the
take your vitamins.
That's the moral of my story.
Sleep as well.
Oh, sidestepping move by Greg Slaughter. And a great pass by Eman Montfort to install a 3-point lead as we check in with Trishka Etcheverry.
Boom, it was a very systematic huddle for the Red Lions in the second half. Coach Frankie started out by telling them how smoothly they'd started, and he continued on by pointing out each of their mistakes. To summarize everything, it turns out that he wants the Red Lions to focus on doing 2 basic things. On defense, they're looking to block passing lanes. Simple lang ang offense ng Ateneo. We need to think smart. Offensively, they lost their rhythm earlier because they started playing one-man basketball, rushing to score. Here in the second half, they're looking to have better teamwork. Let's start thinking again as a team. Boom and TJ.
Well, the one thing that they did better and are still doing better here in the opening minutes of the third quarter, TJ, is rebounding. Again, they out-rebounded Ateneo 23-16 as Long. And Kiefer, a couple of fakes to Nico Salva. Kiefer Ravena, who averaged over 5 assists in the juniors. Great assist here. And Adeogun hesitated on the dunk and gets his team within 3 at 47-44.
Kiefer already putting on a bit of a show here.
Adeogun not backing down, huh?
Not at all. Adeogun showing a lot of promise. And if I were a San Beda fan, I'd be so bitin to think he's not playing in the league this year.
Great tap by Pascual, but Ateneo getting the ball back with 9 seconds to shoot. Long is trapped, they go to Slaughter. Slaughter with 6 to shoot. Slaughter with that hook shot, gets it up, but not in. San Beda looking to run. Rome De La Rosa, rejected and fouled by Nico Salva.
You know, looking up at the scoreboard, who would have thought that when Ateneo has 47 points, it would be because of 25 points combined from 2 rookies alone.
Yeah. Great point. And we're talking about, of course, Kiefer Ravena and Greg Slaughter. Much hype going into the season, and so far, it's looking good for that kid. Also a winner in the juniors, no question about that. Rome De La Rosa on the line, where he averaged 75% in the NCAA. So now it is 47-45, 7:10 remaining. He just joined us, watching it on Studio 23 on a slightly delayed basis from the arena in San Juan. And they go back to Greg Slaughter as Adiogun held Slaughter's waist. Remember that waist that we used to talk about a couple of years of Greg Slaughter that was
bigger
kind of
before.
like massive back then.
He still got the win.
Yeah.
I mean, the bone structure is there.
Yeah, but
exactly.
it's not as lagging as it was before. So, which obviously has improved his mobility.
Yep.
And now, with tougher competition here in the Fil Oil and eventually the UAAP, showing signs of great pivot movement underneath to draw the foul. He is, by the way, shooting 5 out of 6 from the field. Gets that one to drop for a 3-point lead. Well, we all know him, Borgi Hermida. 11 points. And 6 rebounds, 6 assists. That's what they're missing from that guy. And the stability and
the leadership.
And leadership.
That was
poise, right?
That was big last year for Borgi Hermida.
San Beda all the way at si Borgi. Loyalty award. Jessica Mendoza joins us now from the sidelines.
Boom, Coach Norman Blank had several reminders for the boys during halftime, one of which was a quick lecture on technique. He told them that when they're guarding their men, they have to keep a solid stance, have their butts out and their arms out instead of standing straight. That way they won't be easily pushed around by whoever is guarding them. Coach also pointed out that they need to keep boxing up the Red Lions, especially inside the paint. But the whole halftime discussion can be summed up in one line, something that Coach Norman said before wrapping up. It's not the off-season anymore, guys. This is war. Boom and TJ.
Oh, wow. Again, going back to the point that, well, one, the team's really taking this league seriously now the last couple of years, really, every year and as it goes by. And number two, it is a tournament that they have not won. Talking about both Ateneo and San Beda, Kiefer goes all the way for the 2 off an assist from Eman Montfort.
Siguro yung naiiba na lang, Boom, in terms of preseason is the leeway for the coaching staffs to mix up the lineups. But in terms of the quality of play on the floor, without a doubt, you're playing at your top level already.
53-47, you kick off against the co-champion of the other league. And a team that went 18-0, by the way. And one of the reasons why they lost really in the PCCL was they were not healthy. Let's admit that. San Beda was not healthy in the PCCL also.
That's right.
53-47 is our score. Ateneo with a 6-point lead again, but it's Adiogun with the pump fake and the slamma-jamma to get them to 49-47 earlier. But Ateneo answering with a 4-point run courtesy of Salva and Ravena to get us to this score at 5:26 to play in the third. Raiko Toroman is right here with us at the arena in San Juan for this game between Ateneo and San Beda to kick things off officially for Fil Oil Flying Green preseason Premier Cup. Ateneo shooting 5 out of 7 from the field. San Beda at 3 out of 8. 53-47. Slaughter a little bit out of his comfort zone. Kicks it back. Salva with 9 to shoot. We go back, 2-man game. Great fake by Slaughter. Not pretty, but effective at that time.
But you know what? I mean, with the way that I've seen Slaughter move today so far, that he's, relatively agile and mobile. for a guy at 6'11", you kind of forget he's 6'11".
Uh-huh.
Because normally at 6'11", from Filipinos we've seen who are 6'11", it's hard for them to be athletic and agile. But this guy, with the condition that he's in so far right now, he has shown a lot of promise.
14 points.
Okay, sir, they're listing him at 7 flat. All right, I'll take that. I thought he was 6'11".
I'm sure Ateneo will take that too.
Okay, fine.
15 points for Greg Slaughter to start off here. Sudan Daniel now back together with Dave Marcelo. Rome De La Rosa, Baser Amer, all part of the lineup with Garfo Linete starting off or continuing third quarter play. So De La Rosa and Ravena are guarding each other on offense and defense. Great setup job, but Tonino Gonzaga caught with a hack. It's pretty much all you can do if you're Tonino. Or Zags, as he's fondly called. For the Ateneo side, under 5 minutes to play, the lead is back up to 8. 55-47. Coach Norman asking why are there free throws?
Free throws? Because the foul was on the floor.
Was it?
That's what they're saying. Kind of looked like that to me as well. He was dribbling the ball when Zags hacked at the ball downstairs.
Well, probably better. So
There's the free throw. Well, let's see if we're going to get a replay here. There's the pass. There's the hack. He actually lost the ball before the hack came.
Well, a shade under 60% shooter at Sudan Daniel, but the problem is, again,
look at the rebound.
That's a recycled offense for San Beda, and they've had a lot in this game, and that's Coach Norman Black was pointing at halftime. Amer, set up job. Sudan loses it. Marcelo gets it to drop. So it is 55-49. Slaughter attacks Daniel and gets the foul on the arm before getting blocked.
Number 18, Sue Daniel.
Sue looking at what he did. And that's a smart move actually by Greg.
Just to fish that contact, he knew that the giggle factor was there for Sudan to try and block that shot.
16 points now. Wow. Greg Slaughter.
And he's played it smart. You know, he's kept the ball safe with him. Sometimes for big men, when they put the ball on the floor or they, face up at show, try to, frame themselves up for a shot, they kind of lose the ball and snap away. But for a big man, he has had good hands so far today.
Kirk Long finds Ravena. Ravena inside to Salva. Salva with a teardrop over Dave Marcelo.
Credit that to the ball fake first by Ravena to the corner, which gave Salva a much more open space in the middle.
Great tap by Slaughter. Bounce pass to Salva. Salva underneath the long. Salva gets it back and in. That's just years of playing together, TJ.
Absolutely. And joining them is a kid who's got a basketball IQ, arguably of a professional player, with Kiefer Ravena on the floor.
60-49, biggest lead of the ball game for either team. Back in a moment. The crowd here swelling at the arena in San Juan. Blue and red for San Beda and Ateneo. Ateneo and San Beda respectively. And then later on, the green side, I'm sure he'll take over. Plus the gold side, yellow and gold.
Yep.
For UST. 60-49. 3:45 remaining. A few players to watch out also. I'll watch out for that UST lineup and the LaSalle lineup. But of course, Anton Rojas and Chris Soler will tell you more about it. They will be joined by Patch Cansana and Nico Ramos. In the meantime, ball remains with the red shirts. And Ateneo's also taken out the crowd element of San Beda.
Yeah, in this run here in the third quarter.
And another push.
Yep.
Salva, who is 8 out of 11 from the field at 16 points. He looks much leaner, he looks toned. Looks ready for action here in the preseason.
Looking in good shape.
New shots for Sue Daniel.
Sue Daniel. 2 free throws again, as we mentioned. A shade under 60% from the line. Well, his strengths really, his defense, his shot blocking. And the inside points that he gives you, 54% shooter from the field, usually from up close. He never attempted a 3 in last year's regular season of the NCAA in the elimination round. And he knows to stay within his strength, and Kiefer Ravena over San Beda.
You can see the grin in the faces of the Ateneo crowd as they...
You see it, but you hear the ooze.
Oh yeah, the ooze as well. Ooh, wow. It's not the usual applause for a good play. It's as well as amazement.
Papatayo nga eh. De La Rosa, inside, again, take it away. 2-on-1 on the other side, and Kurt Long goes to the other side. Doesn't get it to drop. Kiefer, couple of fakes, rejected by Marcelo, who was behind him. 2-on-2 on the other side. Lanete for a 15-footer. And again, the 50-50 balls going to San Beda. Sudan Daniel backs it off.
He has worked hard in the paint earlier in that last play. He was boxed out by 3 white shirts. He's still got a hand on the ball to keep the ball alive for his teammates.
Ravena again. The setup jump to JP Adam and Greg Slaughter. No, that tip-in won't count. And boy, the fake, the go, and the drop.
He's having fun right now, Boom. Kiefer is having fun on the floor right now.
He's showcasing right now. Look at this. Over, under Sudan Daniel. And that's also partly because Daniel doesn't really know him. Not to take away anything from Kiefer. We've said superlatives already about the kid, but Sudan Daniel is a great shot blocker. And part of being a great shot blocker is your timing and knowing your opponent and his tendencies
exactly.
too.
You know what kind of shot they're going to put up in the paint.
But with Kiefer, obviously, you don't know until he's about to lay it up.
He's got this uncanny hang time ability, even though he's not a great leaper.
You're right.
He just, I don't know how he does it. He just
floater.
floats in there. And with the limited amount of time that he gets to stay in the air, because he doesn't jump that high, he gets to do so much. May bali-bali, may fake, may gano'n, ang dami.
And another thing is that he seems to be aware of his surroundings as Marcelo drops it to Ateneo. So even at the last moment, he is able to pass just like what he did to JP Adam. This is a great press, but all alone on the other side is Adam. Marcelo with the chase down.
Wow, what hustle there.
The pass was really late, so
medyo late because hindi pa rin yung pressure.
Marcelo covering a lot of ground. 2-on-1 on the other side. Montfort, Gonzaga against Ron De La Rosa, and Adam puts it up and in. San Beda slow to get back, TJ.
Well, when you lose that ball on a turnover from your point guard with the pressure high up, it's difficult to get back down.
Another turnover for San Beda. 3-on-1 on the other side. Montfort back to Slaughter. Slaughter looking to dunk it, but Marcelo says, no, earn it from the line.
Now Ateneo really showing their tenacity on defense, forcing those turnovers and quickly running and making it into fast break opportunities.
That's a great foul by Marcelo. You're not going to give him, you're not going to get dunked on.
Not at all.
Not in a situation like this. Earn it from the line. Slaughter has been good, though. He's delivered so far. 4 turnovers for San Beda in the third, TJ. Ateneo has taken care of the ball very well. No turnovers here in the third. And when you talk about that, that only means San Beda has 20 turnovers. Sorry, make that 27 turnovers already in this game. Check that. 17 turnovers to Ateneo's 8 so far in the game. I'm looking at the wrong stat. 17 turnovers to Ateneo's 8.
That's a big discrepancy right there.
And nakita naman natin yung turnover points ng halftime.
Yep. In fact, if you think about it, they should feel a little bit lucky they're only down by 10 with that big of a discrepancy in turnover.
I think
the ability of Ateneo to really convert off turnovers.
Jake Pascual. Oh, Jake Pascual is sent out.
Even though he's the one who hit the floor. Let's see. Let's see it again.
Number 10, JP Adam.
Adam.
The personal foul. Was there a retaliation from...
Okay, let's take a look at it one more time. So, first was the foul on
Adam. So I don't understand.
What did Pascual do to get him thrown out?
Correct. Double foul was called on both of them. There must have been something that happened prior to that. But from what that replay showed,
I didn't see what
I think
Pascual did.
Jake Pascual
Yeah, from
got the
that
raw
angle.
end of the deal.
Yeah, not from that angle. We couldn't see from that angle. Could be the referee saw a different angle, or punch in the midsection, or I don't know what.
Yeah. But from that angle, it looked like it was just JP Eram.
Well, so that's it for Jake Pascual for today.
Yep.
Got to go to the locker rooms for that.
They're lulling the action with 66 seconds remaining.
And we're waiting for Coach Frankie Lim to field the replacement for Pascual. Puts in another Pascual. This is Kyle Pascual.
First time to see action today.
Yeah.
Gonzaga against Anthony Semerad. 3 for Montfort. The tap to himself, the JP Eram. They have 5 on the shot clock. Gonzaga realizes that, attacks. And Golia puts it up. Gonzaga tips it back. Montfort, and it goes back to Bacon, and a foul by JP Eram this time. On the tapping battle.
Pushing ball number 10.
Okay, there was a follow-through after the contact. There was incidental contact because Amer tried to jump into him to get the tap, but may follow through it, pushing him down. Really foul.
So Amer will go to the line for 3 throws to cut into this 10-point lead. 66-57 now. That guy, 21 points on 10 of 13 shooting. Talking about Adeogun. Olaide Adeogun. 6'8" Nigerian. Down to 40 seconds here in the third quarter. First of 2 games on deck for today's Saturday doubleheader of the Fil Oil Flying V Preseason Premier Cup. Gonzaga sets up Golia. Wait, 2 fakes. Adeogun shadowing him underneath. Gonzaga kicks it out. Sorry, that was Golia who kicks it out. Gonzaga again!
Beating the shot clock there. Torino Gonzaga was aware of how much time was left for them.
That's a foul on Bacon. Things getting a little chippy here at the arena in San Juan. And bad foul for Bacon because they are over the limit.
You don't want to give up that foul 50 feet away from the basket, and you're in penalty. And give San Beda a chance to crawl back in this game.
Pitch by Torino Gonzaga to get it back to double digits, 68-57. Kiefer Ravena getting ready to get back on the ball in the ball game. And you probably know why with 14.7 seconds remaining.
He can do some stuff.
You know, his play has been so well. We haven't mentioned Eric Salamat since we started this game.
That they're missing him.
Yes, we mentioned it in the pregame.
They're not. I don't see it. I mean, he's well capable of filling in, and probably even some aspects of the game that Eric can't bring to the table as well in terms of you know, the ability to, I guess, make those passes, those nifty passes.
They go to the rookie with 9 seconds remaining. It's Semerad's job. The rookie sets up Gonzaga for 3. Short. A second to play, and Melolin won't be able to do something out of this. And after 3 quarters, TJ, 10-point lead, 68-58.
Well, great run by Ateneo this quarter, led by their 2 rookies, and of course as well Nico Salva. So a nice balanced attack from Ateneo from different positions on the floor, and their defense has held up and given San Beda a difficult time to get back.
1 more quarter to go for the NCAA champs and the UAAP champs. Back in a moment. Stay with us, please. Well, the game has slowed down since the first quarter, where it was kind of like high octane for both teams. But the big names for Ateneo so far, that kid, Kiefer Ravena, Greg Slaughter doing so well also. On the other side, Olaide Adeogun. No guy has yet to really support Adeogun offensively.
Yeah, no
consistently.
no consistency.
And speaking of the guy, 23 points now on 11 of 14 shooting. Ravena is harassed. Sorry, that's Gonzaga who's harassed. And a foul will be called.
And now San Beda showing more aggressiveness on the full court press this time.
San Beda shot 7 out of 15 from the field in the third. Ateneo 10 out of 20. The big story, though, is the 5 turnovers for San Beda, TJ, 0 for Ateneo.
Wow, excellent job by Ateneo taking care of the ball. And I've been wanting to mention that from Eman Monfort. I mean, he might not be shooting well today on his individual level of shooting, but the stability he's had at point guard, keeping that ball, except for that last
until he lost that one.
Well, it happens.
Adeogun all the way, draws the foul, and the bang in the bucket for Olaide Adeogun. Boy, the strides of this guy, it felt like he just took 5 steps from one side to the next.
3.5.
And the guy can finish, the guy can pivot. Simply put, the guy can play. 25 points for Olaide Adeogun.
He's not the, you know how some of the foreign players have come in kind of raw, you know, in the first year, trying to get used to things.
You recall,
you know, he wasn't exactly super fantastic in his first year as well. He was athletic and big, yeah, he could dunk.
He was learning
shots,
along the way,
yes,
actually.
He was. But this guy looks like he's primed up with the skills as well, as well as the height and athletic ability.
So far, Kiefer Ravena has seen Pontejos, De La Rosa, and now Anthony Semerad on him today. And Semerad, yan ay tinatawag nila sa barangay na inaasawa na. Ito si Kiefer Ravena. Gonzaga, a lot of activity.
Hustle again, hustle again. If you have a chalkboard here, where how coaches sometimes have the chalkboard in practice for hustle points, Gonzaga will be way up there today.
Slaughter not shy to back down. I think earlier, kasi nung una medyo awkward pa his first 2 touches, but he seemed to have relaxed into this game.
He's taking his time, being very patient with the ball when he gets into the post, studying his options, feeling out who's guarding him and how they're guarding him as well.
Coach Frankie Lim complaining that the call was too soft in his opinion. 10 on the shot clock. Slaughter again. He gets it to drive. As we go to Jessica Mendoza.
Expect the Blue Eagles to plow through this last quarter, guys. Coach Norman Black was pretty clear in the huddle. First, keep pushing them all the way. And second, defense. In true Coach Norman fashion, he said if we're going to win today, it's going to be through D. Now, one guy who didn't get any playing time today, or hasn't so far, but who's sure to see some action very, very soon, is returning player Chris or Oping Sumalino. His 1-year recovery period, of course, slowed him down some, but he has been training with the Blue Eagles as early as their invitational games in Hong Kong back in December, and the coaches all agree that he's one that you guys should look out for this year.
Oh, for sure. Oping Sumalino was very happy with the guy. 2009, late 2009. He was playing very well in the PCCL for Ateneo, and then that injury happened. He was already gearing up for the next year, which was supposed to be last year.
He would have been a vital cog already for that team.
But, you know, Ateneo still won the championship, I guess. But personally, though, on an individual standpoint, he worked so hard to try to get that spot, you know, now that he knew he was going to be used a lot because Nonay Baclao wasn't going to be there and Raba Luceni, but we're just happy to see him healthy
look at that play. Look at that.
Nico Salva.
Beautiful pass from Kirk Long on the baseline. Not easy to do, but you also, as a defender on the inbounds pass, you can't be that lax.
Salva, the offensive rebound in one motion, puts it back, the bang in the bucket, and now free throw extra for the former San Beda Red Cup. 73-64. So 22 points now for Salva. On 6 of 10 shooting. Slaughter, Ravena, and Salva have been prolific today on the offensive side. Pontejos. Slaughter with coverage. Long ahead of the pack, puts it up, no!
Everything but the shot. Perfectly placed lead pass already there by Monfort to get it ahead of the San Beda defense.
This is just a 9-point lead with a lot of time to play.
It's not over yet.
7:20. Melo knocked down a couple of threes earlier. Marcelo short on that one. Doesn't get the roll.
Well, now Ateneo's doing a better job on the boards as compared to there are some moments in the third and even early in the fourth where we saw San Beda.
Oh, that's a great tap by Pascual. And Ponteos all the way cuts this lead down to 7 with under 7 minutes remaining. Monfort and Ponteos jockeying. Kiefer Ravena against a double team. Kiefer accelerates, fakes the pass.
I thought the ball went to Slaughter. I was faked out too.
The acceleration.
A la Rondo.
Look at this.
Kind of froze defense there with that move.
Kiefer Ravena. Back on the line. And 73-66. If you just joined us, this is the first game again. Waiting in the wings. UST versus LaSalle. Here on Studio 23 at ABS-CBN Sports for the Fil Oil Flying V preseason Premier Cup. And the attendance is a testament to the craving of college basketball for the fans and students on the first day. And of course, the popularity of these two championship teams. Very sumptuous matchup. Ateneo and San Beda. Marcelo with a fake. Ravena, who averages 2.3 steals in the juniors in his last year, completes that one. 3-on-2. Make that 4-on-2. Ravena, blind pass too long, but again, Marcelo with his third block of the game. Ponteos goes up. Whoop. And two guys go down. Sedan Daniel holding on.
His right knee.
Was it the knee?
Yeah, he's holding on to his right knee.
But Greg Slaughter also going up with him on the challenge first. Again, the third block of Dave Marcelo, recovering just in time. And the pitch to the other side by Ponteos up to Sedan Daniel. Held down.
You don't
Greg
see how
Slaughter.
he landed.
And he's still on the floor, writhing in pain, and it's not good. Always not good.
But he's getting up on his own.
There you go. And that's a great sign. Shaking it off. And JP Aram actually apologizing, and Greg Slaughter too, tapping him from behind. Who was the foul called on? I'm sorry. If somebody hung on. Aram. Okay, it was Aram. So Aram was the one who was chasing him down. Sedan, for a second, the San Beda fans here at the arena held their breath. You never want to see any player injured, no matter what team, what school. Let's look at that again. This is how he...
Okay, so it's like an ankle thing, inverted sprain.
But he did hold on.
He was holding on to the knee, though. So it may have affected the knee a bit as well. Well, you didn't see, I mean, how we've seen ACL injuries where the knee would really twist and pop out of its socket, but you didn't see much of that. So I'm guessing.
And the fact that you can walk
could be
like
a
that.
sprain. To walk it off, it could be like a sprain or something. Because if he felt something tear or pop, he would have said so as well. He'd get off.
And there's no way he would have walked it off.
Yeah.
Let's go to Trishka Echeverry right now.
In their last huddle, Coach Frankie's main focus was on tightening his boys' defense. They know that they need to slow down Ateneo's offense and slow down their fluid ball movement. The need to box out was also mentioned. They need to stop giving Ateneo second chances. Overall, Coach Frankie wants to see more of his boys' a fighting spirit right now as they're a little bit pressed for time. They know that they need to more than match the Eagles' energy and intensity on the court. As for Sedan, I heard Coach Frankie ask him earlier if he was okay, and he said that he is. I think we'll be seeing more of him later on the court. Back to you, Women TJ.
All right, Trishka, just keep us posted on the official statement of the team trainer. You know, TJ, this is just a 6. I was just about to say 6-point lead. This is down to 3. 74-71. Now, speaking of crawling back, this has been the story of this game. Teams just having spurts. Ateneo's had the longest spurt so far, but they are not out of the woods yet. And here we go. San Beda down by 3.
Long way to go.
A lot of basketball to play. 5:25. Melo Lim gets it to go!
Ties the ball game at 74.
You know, Melo Lim only shot 1 out of 6 in the NCAA in the limited game time that he played last year. And today he has tied the ball game 74. All back in a moment. one, and the crowd behind us all of a sudden alive. We were just saying earlier how Ateneo's taken them out of the fight.
Not anymore. We're back to the vengeance.
Garbo Lanete with a 3, Melolim with a 3, and we're back to square one. 74 all. Melolim with 2 triples here in the game, 8 points for him. And he has the unenviable task of covering Kiefer Ravena with 15 on the shot clock. 8 deadlocks in the game, TJ, so far. Montfort with 6 to shoot. Montfort floating. And he takes it away from Dave Marcelo with a fresh shot clock. Slaughter. Whoop. That's a good fake. Yep.
And if you're Marcelo, why would you buy that fake? He's 20 feet from the basket. He's not even square.
Yan ang sinasabi ni Coach
Don't
Frankie.
bite that fake.
Yan sinasabi ni Coach Frankie. Well, let him prove to you that he can shoot that mid-range
shot. That shot, you're right in his face anyways. You don't have to jump and try to block it.
Slaughter, though, has scored here in his debut for Ateneo, together with Kiefer Ravena. Nico Salva, the veteran, now leading them 75-74. And the tap going to San Beda. San Beda on the run on the other side. They have Melolim again. Thought about the 3. Ateneo goes to a zone, TJ.
It's a 1-3-1 zone, no? Or is it back to man? It is a 1-3-1 zone.
Semerad setting up Marcelo. He likes that spot. That's short, though. And Salva climbing for the rebound. The 1-point lead and 4:20 to play.
Interesting lineup that Coach Frank is in the floor that got him back in this ballgame without Daniels, without Adiogo.
Correct. The tap by Semerad. We're looking at Pontejos, Lim, Marcelo, Semerad, and Lanete, and Adiogo now back. Dave Marcelo will get the respite here at the 4:12 mark. Ravena gets the step, loses the ball. Pontejos takes it away. And the telegraph pass, Kurt Long. Awkward layup, gets it back, and a foul, preemptive foul by Melolim.
Wow, what a wild finish we're up for in this ballgame with the last 4 minutes.
Just as advertised, TJ. Ateneo down early, comes back, establishes a lead, holds on to that lead for a while as they coasted along, these two teams, and then San Beda, before you know it, ties the ball game with 2 triples. As Kurt Long misses the free throw line, he is a 68% shooter from that area in the UAAP. At least last year. Misses both.
Ouch. Big misses there.
Under 4 minutes, and Adiogan will probably play this one out already for Coach Frankie Lim. Lanete, double pick for him. Long is on him. Lanete, Melolim without hesitation. Short on the 3. And now, Frankie Lim will put Ron De La Rosa back in. A lot of hitting going on between Salva and Semerad here. 10 on the shot clock, they go to the rookie. Ravena, crossover move, 15-footer, got it!
You can rely on this rookie at any point in the game. That's for sure.
And he looks like the kind who wants it anyway.
Yeah.
Pontejos ends up with Semerad, got it!
Oh, wow. Long 2 though.
Steps on the line. 77. 74.
Semerad and Salva really,
going at it.
Really into each other's faces right now.
Sorry, let me correct myself. 77-76 after that shot. Ravena again to his right, fades away, got it again.
Well, it won't help the defense of San Beda as well to have Pontejos on him, who's what, 3-4 inches shorter. You're like inviting that jump shot.
79-76 now. Adiogun. Drive. Slaughter was there, but the foul is called on the drive.
Back-to-back big shots by Ravena.
The rookies are playing heavy minutes for Coach Norman Black, which is, when you know Norman Black, he doesn't do that a lot.
Well, you can argue that Slaughter's not a high school
that's true.
graduate. He's played some college ball down south. He's played with Smart Gilas. And Kiefer, as everybody's been calling him the phenom, it's not your typical blue chip rookie out of high school as well.
Adiogun showing some nerves from the free throw line, cutting this lead down to 2. 23 points. And a missed free throw, but again, the 50-50 ball's going to San Beda. De La Rosa. Lanete for 3. Short. Salva with a tap to Kiefer.
Great tap there by Salva. He knew that Adiogun was right under him. He could not go down with that ball.
TJ, Ravena is 10 out of 13, and Rome De La Rosa is back on him.
Oh, you got to be kidding. 10 for 13.
Ravena.
Oh, man.
Slaughter puts it on the floor. Puts it up and in.
Wow. Didn't look pretty again, but he got the shot to go up and over Adiogun as well. Man, the rookies are just taking over for the Blue Eagles.
That's the ironic thing. 81-77. Lanete. Adiogun is hacked by Eman Monfort.
I mean, just when you normally expect rookies to just be part of the system, be the role players, play the good D, it's the other way around. The veterans are being the role players, supporting these two big rookies who are playing huge today.
Getting acclimated is usually the role, especially in the preseason, huh?
Yeah. And remember, Slaughter said he's only practiced with them, what, 5 days ago?
You're talking about Slaughter, 22 points, 7 out of 10 from the field. Ravena, 23 points, at 10 out of 13 from the field.
Wow.
And earlier, as we mentioned, 22 points for Nico Salva. It's 6 out of 10 from the field.
Can you say big 3?
I can definitely say that about Slaughter. But this guy has played awesome for San Beda, Adiogun. And again, according to our colleague Chris Soler, not yet eligible to play.
I know. I was texting Chris during the timeout. I was saying, I double-checked, are you sure Adiogun's not playing this year? Yeah. So to me, that tells you a message from Frank Gilim, how badly he wants to win this ball game, more than preparing the team for this coming NCAA.
You're right. And it also is a scary proposition because this guy's just going to improve throughout the year, playing with them in practice against Sudan Daniel, who, by the way, went down earlier, but he's all right. He's standing on the bench right now. I don't know if he's coming back in. He was holding on to his knee.
On his knee, I can see it. They're icing the knee, so I guess they're thinking it's a sprain.
They probably won't play him anymore. But with the way Adiogun has played anyway, as Salva, 24 points at Sue on your screens. What a game! What an opener for and you got for Fil Oil Flying V preseason Premier Cup. The Premier Preseason League. And you're watching it on Studio 23 as Lanete goes left for that 3, and Ravena. Again, the averages for this guy in juniors, 21 points, over 5 rebounds, over 5 assists on 51% shooting. Double team on him, soft pass, and a foul by Greg Slaughter, which probably was a blessing in disguise, TJ, because they had Lanete.
It was a 3-on-1.
Amer and a sure dunk from Adiogun.
It turned out to be a good foul, but they are in the penalty, so that's 2 free throws with the clock not moving with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go.
Shooting 2, Garbo Lanete.
I was actually wondering why that pick and roll between Kiefer and Slaughter was going towards the sideline as opposed to going towards the middle. So he really had little room to work with, and then the trap came.
And then the pass was a looper.
Soft lob. He had to because it was Adiogun who was part of the trap.
But it also gives the defense an extra second to recover.
Exactly, which is what happened.
As Tonino Gonzaga goes back to the bench. Eman Monfort.
But only 1 free throw was made.
Yes. So it is 83-79. Ateneo holding off this San Beda charge here in the final minutes, and the rookie is holding on to the ball. In the last few plays of Ateneo, he goes to his left this time, spins back, fades away, yes!
I'm just out of words. I I'm running out of adjectives.
And you know what? Again, going back to my conversation with Bong Ravena, Severat knocks down his three, and it ain't over yet. Bong Ravena was more nervous than him coming into this game. Sabi ko sa kanya, Coach, pre-season lang. And he said, no, not to them. This is a showcase.
Yep, it is.
For his son. Ravena floats.
Oh, Slaughter! Gotta be kidding!
With a slamma-jamma. Wow. And a nonchalant pass from Kiefer Ravena.
Just a nice nifty little no-look pass to a guy who's about 7 feet tall and
Look at this.
slamming it home.
I thought he was going to go for a teardrop, but Slaughter rams it down for the 5-point lead.
Hey, I gotta say this phenom is for real.
25 seconds remaining. Back after these. 25.3 seconds. That kid, the guy, that monster, Greg Slaughter with the slamma-jamma. Well, just 24 points, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks on 8 of 11 shooting. And that one,
Wow.
that little kid right there, 25 points, 3 rebounds on 11 of 14.
Did anybody
field.
tell him he's playing college ball today? I think he still thinks he's in high school the way he's dominated today.
He's played with so much poise and confidence. Another 3 by Lanete. Adiogun with a fake and a 3-point play opportunity. The bang and the bucket for Ola.
Big break there, big
As
break.
game not over. 3 points, single possession. He cannot fall asleep against the defending champions. 18-0 in the NCAA. 3-time champions also before it was broken by San Sebastian the previous year. Adiogun with a chance to get them within 2. 17.9 seconds remaining. Guess who the ball is going to go to?
Do I have to guess?
Let's listen in to Coach Norman Black then with 17.9 seconds remaining so that we don't have to guess, TJ.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Kurt, you're going to take the ball out of bounds. Okay? You got it out. Emin, you're here. Okay,
Coach, it's here.
all the way up.
Front court only.
Same thing, except we can't go into the backcourt now, huh? Okay, we just set up in our box, huh? All right. Kurt, you take the ball out, okay? You're going to go set a screen. Separate the box a little bit. This is Emin. All right? He's going to back screen you, and then Emin, you're going to come to the ball. Okay? But the one I want is this. I want the screen for you and Kiefer. Kiefer come right around. All right. Okay? If we don't have anything, you got to pop to the ball. He's a big target. Make sure he gets the ball protected now. We don't need any shots, guys. They're going to foul it. So you're looking to give the ball to Kiefer, or it's here, or look for the high man, the good man. Huh? All right. Got it, guys? Got it? Got it? Protect the ball. Now, no more timeout.
Well, San Beda's going to foul.
Ateneo doesn't have any other timeout.
They just need a
after.
good inbound play. It sounded like Coach Norman mapped out some screens to open up the guys to receive the inbounds pass. And he's quite confident that the 4 on the floor, aside from the inbounder, are good free throw shooters enough to receive that pass and get fouled and take those free throws.
And it will be Kirk, the veteran. And they go with Kiefer. Kiefer back to Kirk. That's the guy you want to foul.
Yep.
As Kiefer was forced to give up the ball. Now, the previous trip of Kirk Long, 0 out of 2. The previous trip.
2 free throws for Kirk Long.
Long again in the UAAP, a little over 68%, and that looks off.
Oh.
He doesn't look confident from the line.
Well, he hasn't scored much today. Has he scored? I mean, it's not like the usual. Sometimes you see a 3-point shot or something, or a mid-range shot. He's had some layups.
Kirk makes it at least a 3-point lead. 14.9. Coach Frankie is who we're going to listen to right now to map up one play.
Go. Gabo. Okay? Now, Ola. Amer. Okay? Anthony. Anthony Melo. Melo. Okay? So, labas si Amer. Ito natin yung bola. Tapos to, bolay tayo. Okay? Again. Pagdating mo ka. Punta ka side ni Anthony. Okay? Pag pwede ka dito, tirahin mo. Melo, punta ka sa corner. Pag nag-help, catch and shoot. Okay? Go. Once he goes here, you go in the middle. Okay? You steal. You steal. Once a man goes, you pop. He passes you the ball, take the three. Okay? And Gabo, pasok ka rito. Don't forget, forgotten man, Gabo. Gabo will stay here. If you don't have it, take the pass. Take it. Go.
Well, that's virtually 15 seconds to go. Some may argue that there's enough time to go for a quick two, and then still foul, or then still try to go for a steal and then foul. But Coach Frankie opting to map out a play to look for a three-point shot already.
Kirk Long, just for your inquiry, TJ, 1 out of 3 from the line, 3 points. As the three-point shot is hoisted, nothing there. The save, and 2 points. No more timeout, by the way, for Ateneo. But they can make a substitution. Gonzaga moves out, Montfort in. This is a lot of time. 5 seconds, no timeout, 1 point, and an inbound from the other side.
A lot of time to go.
Anything can happen. Kirk goes to Greg. They're going to foul him.
Number 21, penalty.
And obviously, San Beda is over the limit. But the guy, a costly foul committed by Adiogo, and he will move out on 5 fouls.
He had no choice.
4 seconds. And Slaughter now will go to the line, shooting 8 out of 12 today here. All part and parcel of his 24 points.
Hey, Marcelo for Ola.
1-point lead, 4.7 seconds remaining.
And Slaughter has been showing his touch from the free throw line today as well.
9 out of 13. No timeout for San Beda, TJ, so they're going to go the whole length of the floor here. For right now, a 2-point lead. And Slaughter back. The second of 2 free throws. Cooley sinks both. 3-point lead. And San Beda will try to go for a 3. Melo Lim for 3. No!
Well, they got what they wanted. He had an open look.
And he has drained a couple in this game. Ateneo escapes with a 3-point win. And it is the rookies simply just stamping their imprint on this game.
We're not going to take anything away from Nico Salva.
Oh, no,
played
definitely.
great as well. He played excellent today as well. But that's expected of him.
Yes.
Probably a little bit more than what you normally get from him. But with the way Ravena and Slaughter played, that's just, today was just out of this world considering what we expected from them as well.
That's right. Again, Ravena with 25 points. Slaughter with 24, and let me remind you, 10 out of 14, 11 out of 14 from the field for
It's not just the points, it's
Ravena.
even the field goal percentage, the quality of their play on the floor on both ends as well.
and clutch free throws by Greg Slaughter at the end to go along with his 24 points. And your choice as best player?
Gotta give it to the kid. I mean, as well as Nico Salva played, as I said, that's expected for the veteran and for the anchor of this team. But Kiefer Ravena coming in as the rookie, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and sometimes those assists are as well not the exact number where you got some passes that are not credited as assists, but the way he's mapped out the floor, he's took control of the game. He and Montfort together combined for keeping the turnovers very low for Ateneo as well. So you got to give it to the guy who took some big shots.
Big shots and difficult shots. His first shot was a fadeaway off the glass, and he did a few spectacular shots here en route to, again, those 25 points at 11 of 14 shooting, and clutch shots here in the fourth quarter over bigger guys, even over the smaller guys. Obviously, he's so used to having the best player, but it's his first as a part of the seniors team now. What an auspicious debut.
Incredible.
For the Phenom, as they call him, and a great for the fans of Ateneo who are in attendance here at the arena. And well, again, to remind you, this was only the first game of a great doubleheader.